This video is to talk about the basics of a layouts or spreads. So a spread is two pages facing each other in a book or magazine. Let's start with the dominant thing that we look at first here, and that's either going to be our headline or our feature photo. So feature photo is going to generally be the largest photo. It's going to be the most important photograph containing the most important content where you want your viewer to look first. Next, let's look at the second thing possibly, or either one, our headline. This is intended to be eye-catching. It should stylistically tie in with some of your other elements and stylistically tie in with the content of the spread. We have a very simple graphic, so any visual that's not a photograph we're going to identify as a graphic. This is a very simple red line through, but this could be other design elements that connect other components of the spread. You have your subheadline. This is a short piece of text that explains more specifically what this is about. Your headline is catchy, it can be fun, intriguing. This is supposed to be informative. If they like what they see here, then they'll read on to the details, which are found in the copy. This is any body of text that's generally going to be, formatted in columns like this, although there's different ways to do that. This particular one is spread across two columns. We have a gutter, so that's invisible here. So imagine this is actually a magazine and these pages face each other. There's a crease right down the middle of this. So you need to be mindful of that. While we don't see the gutter here, if this were to be published, this would be a real problem if we had our headline straddling this gutter, or heaven forbid, copy right in the middle of that, making it impossible to read. Now, often it is good to have visual elements cross the gutter to lead and connect between the two pages. In this case, I have the design element, and I also have this white space here, this kind of white bar. This is called an eye line, and again, helps connect visually, leading the eye naturally from here down to here. We also have another white space that's important, a margin. So this is, I believe, set to 1/2 inch around the outside where no, let's say, critical information is located. You could have a picture go off the page, but you wouldn't want any important features going into this area. And you certainly would not want any important text that is essential for it to not be cut off going into this area. With the exception of a folio. A folio, this number, and in this case also label, it's just a reader aid, of course, telling you what page it's on or what the content of this page is about. That can go in the margin. Other important content, let's see, we also have our caption. So this is just grayed out, but this would be text. Small text identifying what we're looking at in these images. Sometimes there's a number on the photograph that is corresponding to the different captions, or you can see other viewer aids like opposite page, top, bottom, left, right, things like that to help identify things. So that's the basics of a spread, just identifying some of the language that we'll use in discussing spreads. There's infinite variations on this, and the rules that might be laid out aren't necessarily even rules. They can be bent or broken, but these are the fundamentals.